Emo ato adafo ayama aha eba ITV so ene eyeya wada February ogefo bosome no ne da etoso aduenu ebraso se ITV premto brekase ye ebesom wo hwe yen efri ya tena ye ya ewo kaso anyenya no kwantempon ne so Antimesi Junction ewie kase ensema obeti wo mu bi ene se Edonkuma ye wo mrahye bedwafie e de ato omampani John Dramani Mahama nim se kokko bo no wohwe na wontum se de wahye eho ebo no omampani abedi chire dada John Dr. Baumia wode ato omampani Mahama enim ese omomodin ase obebiebie enwuma mom sense woyi enwumayefo edi Wansamfufro mu no nananu muslimifo nso e de adesrede e to aban ye anim se omomodin aso obetoto niema yie se de be ya afi haja kwantu kronkron no wonum ho ebetimi ahan wonum wei ene ensem enkaye bi amano ne ensem e ka ho na fa gokanse mu ensem nso e ka ho e de beso se ITV premto brekase midday de afia ba afi man twa ho taw e ba ensem ni chiremu no beto aso For yansha ensem no ase donkuma e wo mrahye bedwafie afren sentrofo enhyiemu na emu e na omode to Ghana mampani John Dramani Mahama ene na ban anim se de wosoafo ya wohwe eye akuafo ene ho nsem so no ehye ebo ese kokko bo no wonum ebetum esanse omocha na aban dada omampani dada na nadankwa akufu ado na ban no omo ne akuafo enni ni yie enu nti no so omo ba 70% eye world market kokko price no omo be pejam no eno omo se so onhwe na oni so se de wonum ahyebo no ne odi nsem yi eto edwa eye ofin so south mashebedwani Dr. Isaac Opoku.
The recent comments and pronouncements by leading members of the National Democratic Congress. You will recall that in the run-up to the December 7th presidential and parliamentary elections, the then opposition members of the National Democratic Congress, led by Honorable Eric Opoku, then ranking member for Food, Agriculture and Cocoa Affairs Committee of Parliament, now Minister for Agriculture, and Honorable Dr. Kesel Ato Foss, the minority leader then, now Minister for Finance, informed Ghanaians that cocoa farmers were being short-changed on price and that Cocoa Board was treating farmers big time. At the time of their pronouncement, the world market price of cocoa had spiked to $10,000 per ton, an equivalent of 150,000 Ghana cedis per ton, at the then exchange rate of 15 Ghana cedis. They continuously insisted during the 2024 election year that farmers were entitled to two-thirds of the world price, which worked out to be 6,250 Ghana cedis per bag of 64 kilos. Therefore, the then NPP government and Cocoa Board for that matter should have paid farmers more than 6,000 per bag and not 3,000 Ghana cedis per bag. Ladies and gentlemen, it is important to note that the world market price of cocoa has continued to rally and spiked even higher than before. For the greater part of this year, 2025, the price of cocoa has exceeded $11,000 per ton at the world market. And I have daily prices for cocoa, world daily prices of cocoa from 2022 up to today. So anybody who is interested can have a copy of this.
Ghana mampani abedeche dada Dr. Ahaji Mahmoud Baumia ato mampani John Dramani Mahama nimu said ya washebo ewo ne nto abomu obebiebie nnwuma dodo no ama Ghana mebunu enye biaye no wonhwe na woni so sa pepepe no mebie nnwuma bebre sense obeyi adwumayefo adi ya ni nyina ne se yefa wo mo adwumam ewo NPP aban no abresunti.
Wankrata ebaye no kane omampani abedie Dr. Mahmoud Baumia subo abo NDC aban wochirumo se wo hwe eye public servants wo mo appointment a what terminate na eyade ha dream pay ye wo hwe eye NDC aban wonento abo wa fimpinu ene eduonu enan mu a wo Ghana fo bo se wo behwe na wo bie enwuma hodo ama Ghana fo se de be ya enwuma se me ho aye na man Ghana mu no etu ebetwa na no an wo chum se free bra eye NDC aban yede ne to ka akonwa no se na koba ne se enwuma yefo bebre na no an wo mutiti fie aban asoye emu ebi eye security personnel nurses and afi teachers bebre na no an wo chum se wo hwe se de nimasi bi ekọ wo oman mu a akoba ne se enam se adwumasem ho akoye bibia ho nti sese na wo ma no wo nso ewo nnwuma mu eye bi na sese wo ma ba betene fie no eno nso akwakoye ohaw kese pam wore subo abo NDC aban His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wochirim se wonhwe no ndi ni bohye so na wonja ise wo pam nkofo se won kotene fie esanse wonim wo madwuma nsem ho hwe na wo hwe cases awodo bebre na nkofo akasa edi afa ho enam eye sisi ene tira wo ba betene fie a wo munya bibi papa bia enye ewa abrabo mu Dr. Mahmoud Baumia akasa wochirim se de ekoso no ha adwene ehu behia se NDC aban wode na nutu fom na wohwe na ototo nyema se de be ya enkofo asisi no munye adwuma enye esanse wa terminate o appointment no obehwe na waka ho nsem na afi nso wobiebie nnwuma se de be ya Ghana de hye wo menya adwuma aye
Toa ensamono eso chairman woda local council of churches ya ewo brekum ano Bishop Frank Ewua wade adesrede ato council of state members ya omampani Mahama age won mu atum nyina anim se omomoden aso bebo omampani chidom na wode afutupa ama omampani se de be obetimi atototo ne mayie na ama omayi atimi atumpon woto aso ese ma won mu empre won mu ankasa won ho ma wonye pese menkuminya na emom wonwene omayi Ghana de hye ho na afi mabunu titiru se de be ya ne nyina betimi aboa ama Ghana man atimi akonkan
pamusem kotum mpanyino fo no ye gyemudi ye nimsem ye nyansafo ma dwuru mu do entima ya pamusem kotum mpanyino fo nti ye sram mo kone yakoma youth no ene region mu nyina nkrofo na sa Ghana nyina koma ena ye de amamusem mo nkonkokon ye koma ye nti ye bepa mo achewo ni die kwanso mo nka nokre mumma sika anase akwantu anase nimonyam pebi emma ko huma mpanyina mesromo a druba bia munya kukudro na babia no kreda no mon kanchera no na mon fa no kranto mon koyese o mampanyina bibia yo okay menti mrantie no ne ade basa pe na chese modi ehwambo nti mafutu a mede be ma mo no se ewurade ka mo ho na nyansa no nimdi ode ma Solomon no onfasa nyansa no bi ma mo na matumi ne ye papa Mahama atumi aye adwuma no
Prophet Prince Ofori kofa by wonu ankasa nso kendini a wode Pillar of Judah Ministries International ano wo brekum bia dan wode atodwa se Council of State Members no ho behia se yedi mmebu no ebehiem bi.
All right, I think say ye papa Mahama eba no o she Ghana for bo se oba obi yusu mabunu mo and I think say wa sha ase a oye intimidity say Council of State titini nyina ni nimse nka ye mpanyifo ti say youth ni bi wuro Council of State mu ne se bo betimi aye mpanyinu na ama afutu eso am de ma mpanyina akoso a ni hu boni bi e wo I think say ni nyina aye oman no empeja na bebo omo nso ama oma ahundewe a oma ne tutu ekọ because omo na daache no ejina wo nso a ometimi aka de ese omo ka rade Israel
anum muslimifo ekuo ya idin da so the Patriotic Muslims Front and Lead Gate Foundation the adesrede ato mampani Mahama ene na ban ye anim se omo modern to niema yie said ye be ya afi haja kwetu kronkron no enema ebetimi akoso wano ede ama won wosentrofo enhyemu a wo de hye so ewo enkran no and director of operations for Patriotic Muslims Front and Lead Gate Foundation Owura Mark Ewusi Akon wode to dwasa aban na bomodin pa ese haje bo no wate so ama wonu ma ha wo mu na so se wate so no omomodin se akade bia ebehia wo mu no obetoto ni nyina na omo saka ni nyina se de be ya wo mo kwa omo ho enkyere wo mu
abanya abai entumi empa ba sunkuo bi be independent aye tum din independent heart commission na omo dwumedie ne se omo be hwe ensam awodo a ha kwantifo na yawase yebetumi anya no kumasibre na yawase yebetumi apa nkrofo efi the civil service organizations mu na yehwe se wono yam nkrofo me very professional omo nimdie ewo administration and finance no ene won so won nimdie ewo logistics mu na wono metumi ababedi sa adwumedie amayen na yehunu se se tumi pass aba suntuo bedwe ekuo ya de bakwa akoba ene se sika bi abebom akache ene dwumedie bi om di sika no beye no ebetumi afrom amama buhu akonta amayen but your current formation na ye wono ye chase kan mo om no mo de adwuma ni wi a obi amfrom emuso om hwe se ye ko ticket wo moto ne sen se akwantufuo ba bi om ko da ye je sen ni nyina ye musa ho asem akontabo bia eni ho na so mi gidi se ye muslimifo na as part of your pillars no the kwaredie ene periperi yo o se ene etena daada no o se niam bi se no etumi edi hudwuma ma de mfaso de ebre de ne a yakachiri
Akasia ne so na NDC amanyokuo no emma ya wonom wo esojama mansini mu wo epoye mantemo ede kokobo amomampani mahama ese wonhwe ena wampa owura eko obenkenzu ese wono onkoye CEO emma Volta River Authority na omu kiremu a omampani ni suade hunu ni tirimupo ya wo se wo reset Ghana no se opa opani yi ede ni kodi sa adwuma ye nya de ebeboa ketekete kra enu nti se de ebeboa omampani na ni so ade hunu abam no ensasa wo pa wo bi a ono wo fom enema fa opre enema ma ono ankasa na emom de ni so ade hunu anase ne botaye ene omampani de ne kope no sa nipa no ene omo chese omampani empa no na won senchofo nhemu a wonom eye no pani a woda wonom ano owura Kwabena Anthony San ede to edwa ese so mampani hwe na se de omo ka no wani so ama wo mo na so obo owura yi din se VRA eye CEO dia ene ye kyerekyenkyere pa ena wo mbeye ede a kyere no
concerned caucus of NDC in Asojamai na ye buta enta yo ha no eye tiawa ye pese ye di adistradie ekọ jomama ai papa ai tu no so by on the 7th of December 2024 say samra wa papa wai at least you say there are some people o my say no munye ye nim say o me NDC for cry ye nim o bibia na ase abin no o ma ba say o me NDC for ama o mudi we say o mudi we say alcohol considerations say on consider mo number this CEOs emu ba ku na Mr. Kenzo waba say o person this CEO e VRA na ye pese ka che Mr. President say send the my yeti say or be reset Ghana no we want him to equally reset the leadership of what of VRA Kenzo obianim say Kenzo enye NDC ni and NDC and the MPP regime he was there acting as what a deputy director and he said obi say acting as a deputy director chief executive director of VRA at the time of what the MPP. How then is he qualified to equally run as a CEO of what of during NDC regime?
Ewasansem kroye mu no NDC mepnu bi enso eninsem trafo etwetwe enkomo.
We nye personal vendetta. Let me say young youth of the National Democratic Congress asem kakra ye kan ache o mampanyin ni se ye ginidi na yo dide pa woni mu em say before this recent election na ka emu bibiri no ya be mebua na ye mpese ye be bua kra enso ye boai esan the message out the mind na ye ka che o mampanyin say ye enso we deserve to have employment. We have been suffering for the past 12 years. Entinu semre du na yetimi aba power ye mu bi emre kra ye ma school fees eba ye no ye ntua esan se na nieme bi nya ema party ni bi ekutua na ba ne se na emre ayaba we have the needed qualifications to be also to be employed, and that is why we are saying that this person we are talking about does not deserve. He has had enough. There's so many credibility issues about this person. How many of the appointments that the president has done have we had any issues about them? But for this one, so it's not about him. What we are saying is that we need to be remembered. Omanpenyin said, "Omama ye juma bua party no, you know their record. Buaye, se wo show me ni munyama, you are encouraging us to also commit ourselves to the ideals of the party."
Oh, honorable Ablakwa constitution. Ahu chair with the bank for na nyakro. Minu kasa sisi anu. Uba bomb Riverside by Viary. Ube won say developers should be a honum and a honum a recipe for disaster. Tabia utwi ho ekwadwuma so on timi kan ho hwi. Enti ya mantina se na sa disaster so mbra. Aye sentem ya Viary fon sorry. Ama ye hu aja omotima ye honum. Enye sa okina bi ade beba emfata.
For near Yadris no a go can see moon sam. Ye try hotel, Janet ambitious, I crado, or the better as one.
Semina, a woman with dear Egina so, a fair, a yan ara agbevemona soap, and a agbevemona cream. Denina, made the semina no jari, and a made cream no so sir. Me kun footballer or dimu, at the agbeve bam, and a din juma. Change so, on a crana or free.
Hello, Ohima Mona.
Yes, Mr. Bam.
Me patrol, my embreme, agbeve bam. Ewa flight edika eba London.
Fa agbevemona soap, any agbevemona cream. Kutia honamon sansa, a crow, honama e yinka, nantema pro, a boamatiri wifu kama, ena emma honam tosod naha. Agbeve bam ye wiano. Agbeve bam yama honam yao. Sisi yao, ubenya agbevendroyi ewa pharmacy shops, herbal shops, any over the counter medicine sellers. FDA adjejudi nkratoi atu.
Sanma kwa banenda wasise fide na da ITV pranto rekase no enugu charge Fedrisa kensem sem ena mosomfo Janet ambitious na etwego fin sem na obi manso no mede eto akasebo no so de amamo ye hyensem na se fin sem de another Black Queens of Ghana ye kase wo mo e Morocco acheso mo hwenim se ochina Friday ya ombetimi ne omo e de akensie ahyehye ya ran ku fa kesi na no enam so ama eye onmunyamfo na maami anedindi Millicent e de atudwa etwem se wo hwe the Black Queens awom ebom homodin papa na mum enye win no mo pe o sa game mu mo hwe so mbetumi abom homodin se ne Afcon edom ni no mbetumi prepare ye wo mo ne omni coach no.
Yes, it's a friendly game, as you rightly said, but this game is really, really important because if you look at our preparation towards the Women's African Cup of Nations, this team really mean business. Then the previous FIFA window was unfortunate we were not able to play any match, and so I would say that stalled our preparation a little bit. So this particular one is very, very important for the team to keep the ladies fit, to offer an opportunity for Coach Björk Kegren, and also to assess the players, get to know them at first hand, and also make sure if there are some loopholes in the team, he will be able to seal them. Okay, so when he came in our very first meeting as a team, he made it known to the girls that even though this is his first time, he's been following our progress. He's had our matches. He's seen how the team play, especially Ghana's football DNA, flowing football. He's not going to be in a rush to change things. You know, women's football doesn't really catch fire just like the Black Stars. Sometimes it takes time for people to even get to know that the ladies are playing and everything. So it's a conscious effort put in place by the Ghana Football Association's communication department, spearheaded by myself and Zainab and all the women in football we are trying a conscious effort, trying as much as possible to bring the team closer to the people, to make sure they appreciate the Black Queens and get to know that they are playing their hearts out for the country and we need their maximum support. So that's the reason why you see us putting a lot of things out for the general public to get to know about us.
Ukopie mu Mashebe Fia nya asem ketua wo hwe eye abranti a ne dindin na afrempon adodo na afre no poli otona na no onse do na no na Mashebe Dwafo no etimi discuss ahwe the way forward said I been CBM e Ghana football mu no enam so ye MP for Sunyani West constituency mami e de atudwa twemu se wo hwe ne esi ye won the constituency na ha dream papa eni ti obon pai se been CBM ne mu Ghana Football Association wo mo hwe na wo mutimi enso anu sanwe.
With this unfortunate situation happening in my constituency, which I believe it shouldn't happen in any constituency, the entire sports ministries and heads or owners and management of football clubs should take this serious and make sure that these things do not happen again. And on that note, Mr. Speaker, I believe that we should have a risk assessment before any match takes place, because we need to make sure that the park or wherever they are having these football games are well kept. We have CCTV cameras in case of emergency. We have proper security personnel. Even in addition of these military personnel can be added to it. Mr. Speaker, I believe that if much concentration and monitorization is put in place and we monitor the situation well, I don't believe that these things would happen.
Abra wo mo ka pole ho asem na eye dom dodo ba de no nya forma hama ayarega nso de atudwa twemu se wo hwe eye sports minister mo yin fofo mo nya for Kofi Adams no so e de atudwa twemu se wo mo so hooliganism ya no wi a na che se wo mo ni super sports for air kasa se na the Ghana Premier League wo mo bo Ghana memu ha wo betimi broadcasting live am obi biara ahwebi.
With the 24-hour economy strategy, football is going to be a major enabler of the 24-hour economy. Very soon, our local league will replace the European leagues. Speaker, the minister is already holding meetings with the media to see how we can project sports. Indeed, he has revealed to me that he is looking to negotiate for super sports and others to begin to cover our local leagues. Because, Mr. Speaker, when the local leagues are covered by super sports, what it means is that people sitting in South Africa can see our boys playing, our boys and girls playing. From South Africa, they can begin to identify and come and scout for those people. So the footballers themselves, when they see that their tournaments are covered on super sports, they know that a platform, a global platform is being provided them to showcase their skills, so that scouts all over the world can view and then come and try and then recruit them to their various countries.
So Mashebe Jafie na Mashebe Jeni Edema Bolgatanga Central Constituency Monyan for Isaac Adongwe de atudwa twemu se wo hwe ne esi na eno eyarehusam ye papa ni to best the sports ministry se wo mo enhwe se ne bi NCB mo Ghana football nya sade a se yetumi akofa super sports for kwa ba no betwa na we BBC side biom dia na kire se no emfa dimpa embre Ghana man.
The information we have is that this young man had been threatened prior to the match, and that the security agencies should have known that what happened to the young man could happen. I would like to call on you to direct the Ministry of Sports to take this matter very seriously, and that if the GFA cannot follow rigorous protocols for licensing our football stadia, we should not be playing football as a country, because football is a serious business and it's about life. where the protocol may require you to bring over 40 policemen, you are right there and only 2 policemen are there guiding and protecting scores.
Fire ni entry mu ewo nmunyafo George Free akache dia na on mise papa yi enso ebe stande e send the Ghana Football Association betimi ato abama no betimi adi Ghana Football Association so as president na so amfa na no de atodwa etwe mu se onmunyafo kwesi nyantechi a wagidin e the Ghana Football won no e na cheso obi frɛ no a okota onmunyafo ket okweku echi nti e na wentimi enwini e nti oti asinkwa de on pene e market okweku enko the third term on Sport FM4 e na twetwe sankomu.
We make sure there is no third term. There was a reason why we opted for the second term. In the FIFA statutes, CAF statutes, you can go 3 terms. But here in Ghana, we made a specific case. Why? I have seen people sharing the Zambian the president who has just won a third. But in Zambia statutes, it's 3 terms. And the man is going for a third term. But in our statute, it says 2 terms. When you change it, you that change it cannot benefit. The subsequent person who will benefit. That's the law.
Change constitution.
You will change it, but he will not benefit. That's the point I'm making. Remember, there are FIFA CAF regulations, but the Supreme Land has its own law. Yeah. You cannot bring FIFA and CAF regulations to me. This is Mr. Kusinyantechi. He says the night before the election, somebody called him and said that he must help Ket. And he said, oh, Ket has not spoken to him. So then Ket called him. He ran to his house. He called 60 delegates to his house and told them to vote for Ket. Some of them even said, oh no, Mr. President, before you called us, we had planned to go and vote for Asimesi. He called 60 out of 123. And this is a man who has been banned from football. This is how I put it. If a night before a very serious election, you are going into an election where, and we all know Mr. Yantechi's role in Ghana football. He's been asked to stay out of football. Yeah. The one of the delegates goes to show and they try to convince. So if that thing happened in a night before, and I go for
so na area fa can say musem no en say am just one Janet ambitious if you be fi to our from to break as one so. Yemwe kase no wo amanone ensem emu na America man pani Donald Trump ene de ensem bi atodwa wo che se efrim resanten ya Russia ene Ukraine to kwai sha ase eyade America man no na afi Europe ene aman ahododo na wono mu di sikatwitwi die eta Ukraine man na chi e wasa antokwai mu nanso hu se braso se America fo sika wo mo de boa Ukraine no wono mu etwa so esanse wonkoso a entimi mfa America man ni sika emwa Ukraine fo mom mfa nkontokwa wo breko mfa so bie ma na emom akra wo huni asem no e na hwere wo no.
Successful comedian President Zelensky talked the United States of America into spending $350 billion to go into a war that basically couldn't be won, that never had to start and never would have started if I was president, not even a chance. And it didn't start for 4 years, never would have started. But a war that he, without the U.S. and Trump, will never be able to settle. They'll never settle that war without our involvement. That's why they did such a great job this weekend. That's why Saudi Arabia did such a great job this weekend in hosting. The United States has spent $200 billion more than Europe, and Europe's money is guaranteed. They get their money back. It's a form of a loan. Nobody knows that. I know that. I said, why isn't somebody saying, you know, we do it the same way? And we spent much more money. We have to equalize. But while the United States gets nothing back, so they get their money back. It's a loan. We just give our money. And we had a deal based on rare earth and things, but they broke that deal. But they broke it 2 days ago. We had a deal because I said, we're spending $350 billion and Europe gets their money back in the form of a loan and we don't. We're just giving the money hand over fist. That's the Biden administration for you. but they're no longer dealing with the same United States as they were dealing with a few months ago. Why didn't crooked Joe Biden demand equalization, and that this war is far more important to Europe than it is to us, and that there's a very big, beautiful ocean, a separation? This is, we're helping Europe. We're trying to help Europe. On top of this, Zelensky...
Well, from to breakfast, there was some more ITV so, and then and I didn't be see me didn't if you be fee. That I was to say with Jebre, now shame.